For decades, Russian military propaganda has painted its arsenal as invincible missiles that evade detection, tanks that cannot be destroyed, and hypersonic weapons that no defense can stop. The story opens by examining how this narrative was deliberately constructed. The first step in creating a myth is repetition. State media broadcasts grandiose demonstrations, showcasing missiles in parades or hypersonic vehicles on test ranges, often with CGI enhancements or controlled angles to exaggerate their performance. Engineers who question the practicality of designs are sidelined or silenced. Funding and promotion go to projects that sound revolutionary rather than ones proven reliable. The story follows a fictional military analyst who collects publicly available data. Test reports, satellite imagery, leaked documents, and interviews with retired engineers. Patterns emerge. Prototypes perform well in ideal conditions but fail in realistic scenarios. Many weapons are rushed into service due to political deadlines, not operational readiness. Software glitches are ignored, mechanical systems are unreliable, and maintenance demands are underestimated. The analyst emphasizes a crucial point. Invincibility is a perception, not reality. By inflating claims, officials aim to project deterrence, intimidate rivals, and boost national pride. Yet behind the parades and glossy presentations lies a fragile system. The part closes by setting up the question: how do these supposedly flawless weapons perform when tested by actual combat conditions? In this section, the story shifts to real-world performance. Once these so-called invincible systems encounter actual combat conditions or simulated operations under stress, weaknesses appear immediately. Precision missiles may miss targets because guidance systems cannot handle unpredictable environments. Tanks labeled invulnerable are disabled by relatively simple tactics. Hypersonic weapons encounter engineering limitations and are vulnerable to countermeasures developed by adaptive opponents. The analyst recounts examples where poor logistics and maintenance exacerbate technical flaws. Spare parts are scarce, crews lack training, and software updates are delayed or skipped. Overconfidence and reliance on propaganda make commanders deploy systems prematurely, prioritizing spectacle over strategic effectiveness. The result is catastrophic. Billions of dollars invested into systems that fail under pressure, while adversaries achieve objectives using cheaper, more reliable tools. This part emphasizes a critical lesson. Weapon technology is inseparable from the organization that deploys it. Even the most advanced system fails if human, logistical, or procedural elements are weak. The story argues that invincibility is a myth sustained by secrecy, censorship, and political theater. Combat exposes the reality. Russian superweapons are often overhyped, undertested, and vulnerable to straightforward tactics. The narrative ends with the analyst preparing to reveal the systemic reasons these weapons cannot live up to their reputation. The final part zooms out to analyze the broader implications. The collapse of the invincible weapons narrative is not solely due to failures on the battlefield. It is rooted in systemic issues. Authoritarian systems that punish bad news incentivize deception and exaggeration. Engineers stop reporting problems, officers stop acknowledging limitations, and leaders make decisions based on appearances rather than reality. The result is a military and industrial complex that overestimates its capabilities. The story contrasts this with militaries that embrace transparency. They test rigorously, fail in controlled environments, adapt, and improve. Here, failure is a tool for learning rather than shame. By comparison, Russian systems that are promoted as unbeatable often reveal fragility when exposed to scrutiny or pressure. The analyst concludes that the myth of invincibility is far more dangerous than any single technical flaw. It creates a false sense of security, misguides strategy, and risks escalation. The ultimate lesson is global. No weapon is unbeatable, no system flawless, and human oversight is always the decisive factor. The narrative ends with a stark reflection: invincibility is never a technical reality. It is a story carefully told, and once challenged by evidence, the myth crumbles.